Recording. All right, welcome everyone to Mindset Monday. This is the training that we do every Monday, except for the last Monday of the month, because that's reserved for just my leadership group. But this is something we've done. I need to look back and see when we actually started it. It's been a long time since we first started Mindset Monday, and I love to see the growth of it. I love to see that more and more people are getting on. I love that this is the first Monday that we get to be together in 2025. And I'm really hoping that this is one of our best years yet. I'm hoping that this is the year that we really start to, from that downward turn, we start to really bust up. And that starts with all of us, truly, truly starts with all of us. And so let me just make sure people are muted real quick. Okay. And so I want to start this call off. We're going to do some Amazon gift cards at the end. This is going to be a 30-minute chat. I promise you we're not going to go an hour, but at the end of the 30 minutes, we're going to draw names. I'm going to use random.org and go through the order of names on here on the participation list and draw names. We're going to do 3 Amazon gift cards. So stay tuned for the end. But in the meantime, let me get my notes out. I would love for you guys to get a notepad out, pen, something you can write on. I'm going to share with you first a couple things that when I was reflecting on my goals, I do it every year at the first of the year. I look back and see what I accomplished in 2024, what I didn't accomplish, because it's always quite a bit too, what I want to accomplish um, for this coming year. And so this is what is on my heart for 2025. I want to share this with you first. And I want you guys to be thinking about your goals because I'm gonna have you write some stuff down here in just a minute. So and I don't know if I said my name. My name is Jacqueline Roy. Some of you may have never seen me before. Some of you may be newer to my group in the last 3 months, but I'm a Superstar director in Oklahoma and I've been in for 17 years. So a long time. I'm considered a grandma in the Cincy direct sales world. Okay, so my goal, so my word, I always pick a word which is cheesy. I'm not going to make you guys pick a word, but I'm sharing all this because it goes with my goals for my business. So my word of the year this year is intentional. If you have a goal, if you have a word that you've already thought of for the year, put it in the comments below. I would love for you guys to share if you do have a word. So some things that I want to be intentional about is my finances. I want to be very intentional with my finances. I want to be very intentional with my time with my kids. I want to be intentional with my marriage. I want to be intentional with keeping my cup full. I tend to give and give and give and give, and I don't always keep my cup full. And then I run dry, and then I feel like I'm getting burned out of all the things, not just Cincy, but just all the things, right? I want to be intentional with my recruiting. I want to be intentional with getting new customers. I want to be intentional with building relationships with my leaders, and I want to be intentional with one-on-ones. So those are just things that when I was brainstorming last week and really reflecting, those are things I really truly want to be intentional with. Let me read some of your words because I'm seeing you guys post words like crazy. We've got consistency. I love that, Toby. Consistency, community. That's a great one. Faith, growth, consistency, growth, consistent. Wow, these are great. Love, successful, family, content in my work, content in my work. My word is free. Ooh, that's a good one. Intentional and thrive, peace. I love those, you guys. Growth. Those are great, great, great. Believe. That's a good one. Build. I like that one, Tracy. That's a good one. So those are all really, really, and maybe if you don't have one, see what people are putting in the chat and see if that works with maybe what you are wanting for your next year. So this is a whole thing. So I'm going to share this with you before I get into my next little part. Um, I know Delinda, I know Patty, I know Amy Cornett. A lot of you guys have heard me share this, but some of you may have not. So I'm going to share it again. So they did a study in Harvard, and they took a bunch of people, and they studied when they graduated how many of them actually wrote their goals down and how many of them didn't. So the people that actually had handwritten goals down, and I don't know, it's just off the top of my head, made 90% or something crazy, 90% more than anyone else in the study. I could look up the exact stats, but they made a significant, same degree, same everything. But these people actually wrote their goals down. They made like 90% more than anyone else in the study. And you can Google it. It's the Harvard study of setting goals, and it's really, really intriguing and interesting. But it just proves that if you write down your goals, you are somewhat binded to those goals and you're more driven to actually reach those goals than if it were just a goal that you were to, have, I think I may want this, or I think I may want this for my business. So I really, really want you tonight to really write down your goals, write down what you want to accomplish. I'm going to share, these are some of my business goals. My business is promoting 2 more frontline directors by the end of 2025. So because I have that written down, I'm now going to go in and start pegging people. So because I have that down, I'm going to be intentional with that aspect of my business because that's a goal I have. These are all written down. I want to have 10 recruiting conversations each month, but I'm taking a step farther this year and I'm going to not stop until I actually write 10 names down. So I have a little notebook that I have in my purse. It's a tiny little notebook. It's one of those little flip notebooks, but it's my new 10 recruit a month notebook, 10 conversations. So every month I'm going to write down 10 people's names of recruiting conversations I've had. So if I hand out a recruiting tic tac that says you are meant to join my team on tic tacs, I'm going to ask for their information. If I don't, I'm not putting them down as one of my 10. So that's one thing that I'm going to be really intentional about because I really, really, really want to recruit. I'm handing out 50 samples a month. I've been a lot better at that the last 6 months, but again, that's something I want to be very intentional about in my business. I added up what I sold in 2024, and I've already set goals to beat that for 2025. So my monthly average is going to be higher than 2024. So now that I know what I did, I know what I need to do. So I'm going to be intentional with that, right? I can't just say, I want to sell more than last year. What's that look like? So this really, really important that you are intentional. You write down what you want. I want you guys to write down a couple things. What you want for your business as far as sales go, what you want for your business as far as recruiting conversations. I don't necessarily want you to put 2 recruits a month. If you want to put that. But I want you to have the conversations. I want that to be a normal thing that you do every month. I've had 15 this month. I've had 20 this month. Writing down 2 recruits a month is fantastic. But what's going to get you the recruits is the conversations. So if you can be intentional about having 10 conversations, your 2 recruits are going to come. So, and write down a goal with your sales. I highly encourage you to try to beat last year's. Write down how many conversations you want to have as far as recruiting goes. If you have team members, write down maybe some intentional promotional goals for those team members. If you have team members, maybe you are more intentional about building relationships with those team members. Maybe it's you have 10 team members and you maybe only talk to one a month. Maybe you start being more intentional. So every Tuesday is Team Tuesdays. You're going to reach out to a different team member every Tuesday. Maybe you're going to be more intentional with follow-up. I have become so much better with follow-up thanks to the Cincy Connect app. I'm consistent. I am really a lot better with it, but I know I can even take it a step farther, right? My customers are people that for example, I had a customer down the street brought me her daughter that bought $300 in my office of stock right before Christmas. And her mom orders randomly every so often. Well, because of that, I went above and beyond and I gave her mom a fragrance flower. And little did I know, the next day she put an American flag ornament in my mailbox that she had bought for me because she saw that I had a patriotic tree. And it just warmed my heart. And it's just those little examples of going above and beyond with your customers. My follow-up is getting better because of the Cincy Connect app. If you don't use it, you can't screw it up, you guys. And it's a great app to promote new products through. But if I can learn it day one, Delinda knows because Delinda's she'll like, in Patty Wonder, I feel like the same. You'll get a thing and you'll teach yourself and you'll watch YouTubes, and I'm still stuck on the instructional part. So if the Cincy Connect app is something that I can do and learn in a day, it's very easy. But what I mean by being intentional with my follow-up is being intentional with building relationships with my customers, right? Asking them how their kids are. How was that tournament your son went to? How was the competition? So that's what I mean by intentional, is I want to be intentional with getting to know my people even more. That's a goal of mine. So those are more of my business goals, right? So now that we know if you're, and your goal could be, I need to make $600 a month, right? I need to bring in $600 a month. Your goal may be that you need this to pay for your groceries and your gas. I mean, all those are goals, right? So now, once you have your goals written down, I want you to have it somewhere where you can see it. Maybe you make it on cute little paper. Maybe you don't. Maybe you make a dream board. I don't know. But now we need to look at, and I'm going to have Erin probably come on if she's on in a minute. She may not be on yet, or Amy. But now we need to look at, how do we get those things done, right? It's easy to say, another goal I put on here for my business is inputting one party a week minimum. So I've left that off. So you may want to add that to yours. I don't know. You may not care. But so now we have those goals. I know that I'm going to sell more. I know I'm going to have more conversations. I know I'm going to hand out more stuff. I know I'm going to book more parties. Well, what tasks can I do weekly that matches up with those goals? And those are just mine. Yours might be totally different. But now that I have those tasks, or now that I have those goals, I want to make sure my tasks are income producing, and I want to make sure they're aligned. And by income producing, I mean posting on Facebook to my team page isn't considered a task that goes with my build more relationships with my leaders, right? That doesn't build, posting on Facebook doesn't do that. But reaching out to my leaders one-on-one, right? Keeping tabs on them. How can I help you? More, that kind of stuff. So I need to make sure now my tasks are aligned. If one of your goals is that you need to pay for your car payment and your groceries, then let's backtrack. What's going to get, I'm making it up a name, what's going to get Heather to that goal of paying for her groceries and her car payment? It's going to take selling and recruiting. So what can Heather do? What's a task that we can put in Heather's schedule every week to get her there? So I wrote down some tasks. One of them obviously is making samples each month. And that is, you guys, if you don't learn anything tonight, learn that the basics of handing out samples brings fruit to your business. It is so fruitful. I have, since I restarted doing samples, and I know I've talked about this a lot, you guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but I've gotten recruits from my samples. I've got new customers. I've got new hostesses. I've got stories. I've told you a couple weeks back about the hostess I met from handing her a sample at Starbucks. And then she called me, and then she wanted to ask my question. Then she ordered the RV warmer, and then she decided to have her own link, and then she sold $500, and then hopefully she's going to join. And so that's one task that if you can add to your business, it's going to be fruitful. It's going to bring you customers. It's going to bring you hostesses, and it's going to bring you recruits. So handing out samples should hit on every goal that you have written down. So that's one thing I'm going to be really intentional about. And then I also I want to have parties each week. I want at least to close one party each week, which means I'm working on parties now for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that means if we're sitting there and you don't have any parties booked in the next 4 weeks, you can change that tonight, right? You can change that. You are in full control of your success. I'm not in charge. Your upline, your director's not in charge of your success. You're in full command of your success. You give yourself promotions. You give your paycheck a raise. You give yourself a raise. You are the only one that can do that. You can either sit there and hope it happens, or you can sit there and make it happen. And I truly hope that you're sitting there, you're writing down your goals, and you're like, I'm making it happen. I'm going to quit hoping that people come to me. I'm going to quit hoping I ask 3 people and get a recruit. No, you need to ask 10 to get a recruit. You need to ask 10 to book a party. So you can hope or you can make it. And one thing I've always loved is work it like a hobbyist. Your paycheck's going to be like a hobbyist, right? Work it like a business, and you're going to get a business sized paycheck. And it's so true with Scentsy. And by working, I don't mean scrolling Facebook or posting on Facebook. I mean working your business, handing out samples, handing out recruiting packets, handing out recruiting Tic Tacs, doing the work on your phone, messaging people for parties, asking coworkers for parties. If they say no, do you have friends that would like to host? Do you have a friend that would like to have a back party for me? If they do, if you refer anyone, you'll get a half price item at their party. Just taking that extra step, but really working and doing the weekly tasks is going to bring you that fruit. I put in there that I want to do better follow up as a weekly task. So on top of the Scentsy Connect, like I just shared, I also want to make sure I'm going above and beyond and maybe recognizing a customer each week. And so that's something, if you have a VIP page, maybe do a customer spotlight each week. But doing really a lot better at really, like I said, building relationships with my people. Um, One thing that I've strayed away from that I'm going back to this year is handwritten thank you notes. I used to write handwritten thank you notes for all my customers, and a couple years ago, I went away from that. And I would just put a sticker that says, "Thank you for supporting our family business," and has a picture of our family. I don't think that's bad. But just opening the cards for my kids' teachers at Christmas time when they got their gifts and reading, "Thank you so much for the thoughtful gift. I really appreciate it." It really warmed my heart. I don't ever get any handwritten letters in the mail. I don't get anything handwritten. I don't. That was probably one of the first handwritten things in the mail I've gotten in a while, in a long while, and it really meant a lot. So I'm one of the tasks I'm implementing is handwriting notes, and I do actually enjoy doing that. So it's just getting the thank you notes, which I ordered on Amazon last week, and just it's getting prepared again, right? So we can do all the things that we want to do. So those are some things. Let me read a little bit. I haven't been reading the questions. I've learned that word does nothing for me. I've detailed goals, vision boards. I need more than word. I'm sure you're not surprised. I'm not surprised, Patty. Commitment, inspiration, determination, consistency. I love it, Kylie. I need consistency. So that really should be my consistency should totally be your work, Kylie. Totally. And it should be something that's pinned on everything. Joyce says, here's the findings of a study. Oh, yes, there they are. Okay. In the Harvard study, 3% said they had clear written goals. 13%, see, I totally messed. I'm so glad you shared. 13% had goals, just not written down. 84% had no goals at all. 10 years later, it was discovered that 13 who had non-written goals earned on average twice as much as the 84% that didn't have goals. The 3% who actually wrote down their goals outperformed everyone altogether by earning 10 times as much as of the other 97%. I even underscored that study. So the 3% that wrote their goals down made 10 times as much as everyone in the study. Now, if you've ever talked to a director, star director, or superstar director, they will tell you that they got to their status most likely because they had a clear vision of what they wanted to accomplish and they had their goals written down. They didn't get there by chance. The only thing that's different between you and them, if you're a lead consultant, star consultant, certified consultant, the only difference possibly between you and the leaders we have on this call is that maybe you've never had a clear vision, a clear goal, or handwritten monthly goals for what you want to accomplish. And if you're sitting there shaking your head, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. A lot of them were too at some point. I know I have been. My first 6 months of my business, I was. But you can change that today. You can be a part of that 3% of the company, right? I want to say, and someone may know this better than I do, but your goals are only as good as your system is to support it. That is so true. That is so true. I struggle with feeling like I'm pesty and I need to get over that. Kendall, you totally have to get over that. And people feel that, you know. When you go at them and you are excited about your business or excited about a product, it doesn't come off as salesy. It comes off as excited, right? If you have come off as very reserved, I need to tell you about Scentsy, or do you want to maybe host a party? It's going to come off so different, So Kendall, I encourage you, if you're excited about it, other people will be excited. Just like when you find a new restaurant that you're excited about, you don't feel pushy telling your friends about it. So why would you feel pushy when you try a new product and you love it and you share it? Share it with that same excitement, right? So you just have to keep telling yourself that in your head, Kendall. And I honestly think that the more you do it, the better. The more recruiting conversations, the better. The more asking for parties, the better. And I will tell you, even being in 17 years, I am nervous and scared of rejection. Every time I send a text, I'm like, crap, is she going to tell me no? Oh my gosh, send, let's see what happens, and so I have those emotions too, but I know I didn't get to where I'm at by being timid and scared and not having them. Just because I text, just because I asked, doesn't mean it's not scary, but I know the fruit. I keep saying fruit. I know the fruitfulness that comes from being intentional with asking for parties, asking for bag parties, asking if they want to join, asking if they want to make some extra money on the side. And I will say right now is one of the best times. I mean, our join kit, so cheap. So I say to say cheap, inexpensive, you guys. This is a great excuse to follow up with anyone that you've ever had that's thought about joining. Hey, Cindy, I thought I'd reach back out to you. I know at one point you're interested in joining. Cindy's doing a starter kit. I don't know what country you're in, but it's $20 or 24 Canada, I think. Or, let me know if you are interested. It's super inexpensive kit. Great time to get started with, money being tight after the holidays, right? Watch for people on Facebook that say money is tight. I'm in a lot of groups, and I'll tell you a funny story, and then I'm going to see if Amy has anything to share on this topic too. I love Joy Jamie just said. Yes. Um, I just lost my train of thought. What I was just about to say. It's like a roller coaster. It'll come back around. I was reading the chat and got distracted, but see if mine's. Let me read the chat and see if anything comes up. What I was going to share. How can you make them small? Trying to make samples. And I would say if your struggle is, trying to hand out stuff, I always go with a gift. When I hand out samples, if I run into Heather, I'm going to say, I have a gift for you. Oh, you do? Yes. And I hand them the sample. I don't say Scentsy. Have you heard of Scentsy? I don't say anything about Scentsy. I say, I have a gift for you. I hand it to them and I wait for their reaction. And if they look at it and say, oh, Scentsy, that's cool. I have a consultant. Okay, thanks. Well, enjoy that. That's a counter clean. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. So when in doubt, go with the gift thing. Mariah says, I need $600 a month. Okay, Mariah, you need at least one party a week to do that. At least. So then if you need one party a week, you need to start asking for parties. If you have no parties, you need to ask for at least 10 before you get one. It only takes one party to really spoil the host, to ask them if they have any friends that they could refer you to for another party. And then you have another party. And if you can get a home party, that's even better, because then you can get multiple bookings at that party. But if you need $600 a month, I would say you need at least one party a week. When I do goals with my team, I find they try to set goals of what they are actually already achieving instead of growing. Yes. Weird question. How can I do more samples? I just started on New Year's. I have a starter kit, but didn't come with a whole lot. You guys are giving a great examples of your kit. I love it. And honestly, too, we posted in our Mindset Monday page before, but room spray samples are super cheap. If you have a room spray that comes with your starter kit, you can make 60 to 70 samples out of one room spray. You can get the 3 mil atomizers on Amazon, and that'll make you 60 to 70 samples that are not a little more than halfway full is what I do on mine. You literally just get I do a knife, and you just kind of, the end of the room spray top, you just kind of curve up and then until it comes off. And then I just pour them in my little atomizer containers. I'm sure you can even YouTube how to make room spray Scentsy samples, and you can find a video too. But definitely do what's in your budget, what Jamie said. Do what works for you. To me, I like room sprays and counter cleaners because I can make a lot off of a little. On a $9 room spray, I can make 60 samples. I can write off the $9 for taxes, and then I have all these samples. And anyone can use them versus wax samples. I love wax samples. I spoil my customers with wax samples. But as far as handing out 50 a month, I do non-wax like counter clean or room sprays, just because that's what works for me. That may not work for you, and that's totally okay. Ariane says, I've been slacking. Glad I jumped on. I'm so glad you jumped on too. My jam is doing vendor shows to get new customers. I did 27 shows in 2024. Joy. That's incredible. We're gonna have to have you on to tell us about how you get shows and how you do them. Patty Wonder said, look, if you start a new job tomorrow, you're going to have to get uncomfortable and do stuff you're not used to doing. But if you're doing it to make someone else rich, do it for yourself. Amen. Amen. That is such a great point, Patty. Whether you just joined and you're on tonight and you're kind of scared, or maybe you've been in for a while and you're still scared of rejection. If you went to a 9 to 5 job and they said, okay, Holly, I need you to cold call 15 people about this product we have, you would probably do it regardless. You would learn what to say, you would learn your scripts, and you would do it, right? Because that's your job. That's what you're told to do. So why not do those things and make yourself money? I love that, Patty. That is such a great point. Um, Canadian, it's $26 this month. I don't know why I said 20. Someone's region is 24, I feel like. All right, Amy, do you want to unmute and add anything else as far as goals? I really hope you guys, if a word is a good way for you to start with making goals, think of a word. I want you to think about at least, I know for my goals, it involves family, church, my life, finances, everything. But business goals is a little bit separate in the instance that I have to do certain tasks to meet those business goals. And I did share some of those with you. Amy, do you have anything that you want to share on top of that?
I was just, as you were listing some income producing activities, I was just kind of thinking of a few more that I thought I would throw out there. And I've talked about this before. When you're looking at all the things that you typically do in a week or during the month for your Cincy business, if there are some things in there that you don't love and that are not making you money, you can just not do those anymore. You are a business owner, so if you think that you have to do a certain kind of mail or a certain kind of post or a certain kind of something just because you've seen other people doing it, I'm giving you permission. Give yourself permission. You don't have to do it. Okay. I've said for so many years, like, I don't love making cute samples. And I think my customers are fine getting like a little sliver, put in a little baggie, and that's fine. But if you love doing it, then it's worth it, right? But I thought of a few other income producing activities that I have found like are income producing for me. So I was just going to share. Um, Jacqueline was talking about follow up and doing handwritten notes. I have looked, if you look at your bar report on the workstation, go to the reporting tab, look at your bar report. You can, I think from there you can see I think that's where you can see where the percentage of where your orders are coming from, or tell me if I'm wrong. Is it from something else? But I have realized that like 60% of my business comes from PWS orders. And so I send, like I need to be thinking about that. I need to grow that. I need to make sure those people keep coming back to me, because if they're PWS, they could go somewhere else, right? So I send out a scent circle in the mail still, even though the prices went up. I'm sending a scent circle. I'm sending a note. I'm sending some kind of whatever's flat that I can put in there and tell them what's coming next week, a sticker for this end of the month, whatever I can. I'm sending them something in the mail, and they're getting a text from me because I want them to keep coming back because they're easy. I'm making money and they're easy. Anyway, follow up unboxings. So definitely like the maybe the scent of the month, the warmer of the month, the whiff box. Get that and do an unboxing. Even better if you can get your family or a friend or somebody to come on with you, have a good time with it. Unboxings have been good for me. Look into starting a Google business, like getting your name and your face, your picture, maybe not your home address, but like I made up an address that's near me. Get your customers to do reviews. I have gotten customers from that, several, this fall catalog season since I started it. Make sure your car is stocked with catalogs, samples, bulbs, everything. So every time you go out, you've got that. Put them in your bag too, your purse. And then if you're busy, I've seen some people say like, I'm busy, I don't get out. Schedule posts for your VIP group. Just decide this is the day of the month, the first or second of the month, or the first Monday of the month. I'm going to schedule all these posts. And there's a group called like, what is it? What did I post? Can somebody put that in the comments? It's not what did you share. There's like it's like a what did you post thing that's on Facebook. I don't know if that group is still going. Wasn't it Danetta that was running that? Post to your page. Thank you. So there's a Facebook group called Post to Your Page, and there's like ideas there for things that you can just share. So you can get ideas there. There's also like different graphics Facebook groups. And so sometimes I'll go on there and I'll be like, that's cute. And I'll just schedule that for my VIP group. And I'll get them scheduled for like the whole month, you guys. I'll just sit there and batch it all. And then if the other things come out, you can do that as they come up. Like as Cincy announces, oh, we're going to have the Hamish, or we're going to have, sorry to bring that up. But my brain just stopped there. Anyway, just get it scheduled because you're going to get busy. But just decide that this is my income producing thing I'm going to do today and schedule out a whole bunch of stuff for the month. Oh, another thing that I'm doing this year, and this is the last thing I'll say because I know I'm talking. But every order ask for a party, and every party ask them if they want to start a business. I'm just gonna do that. And that's all.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so why you're chatting, you probably saw me counting because I was using random.org and I went through the participants. So two of you guys, I don't have, well, so Jocelyn's our first winner. And yay, Jocelyn, but I don't know. Okay, you need to email me your because it just says Jocelyn. Remind me your last name. Just trying to unmute.
I'm Jocelyn Russell. I'm part of Team Wonderbar and I'm in Australia.
Yay! Okay, so Australia, so Wonderbar. I love it. One of Patty's girls. So congrats for getting on. I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna put my email in there. Will you email me your just so I keep everything straight because I'm going to send you your Amazon gift card tonight. Email me your name and I'm going to send it via phone number if I can. If I don't know if you can do that in New Zealand. If not, we'll figure it out. But email me. It's nursejackie83@yahoo.com. Okay.
Okay.
And then the next winner was Kara Johnson. So Kara, unmute yourself if you can. Tell us where you're from. May not be able to. Okay, well, you're doing that. And our last winner was Sylvia. Where is Sylvia? Unmute yourself, Sylvia.
Hello.
Hey, congrats. Tell us who you're a part of.
Well, I am a adopted child to Delinda Leiter.
Yay. That's all. Where are you from again? I should know
I'm
this.
in Tulsa.
You're in Tulsa. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, Kara, now unmute yourself. Congratulations, Sylvia. If you will email me, nursejackie83@yahoo.com and put your info and your cell phone. I can look most of this up, but just do it so it's all in one group and I can shoot you your gift card. And then
I have no
Kara,
clue. Yes, I have no clue what just happened.
I know you were just on. I was like, you're the winner, and it disconnected. But okay, tell everyone where you're from and who you're connected to.
I am from Wisconsin. And like, what do you mean? Like, who's my superstar director or who's my star director?
Whichever you want to share. You can share both, whichever. I mean,
Well,
I know, but yes.
Yes, you're my superstar director, and Marissa Walton is my star director, and I just became a director in August.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You go to Amazon and buy you some sample stuff.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And look, you have a little, who is that? Little
Oh,
girl?
yes. This is my daughter, Veda.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations, Kara.
Thank you.
Is it Kara or Kara? I think you told me
Kara.
Kara. Okay. If you will email me, nursejackie83@yahoo.com.
Okay, I will do that.
So I can shoot you your gift card. So
Perfect.
we had a huge attendance tonight. So I told Amy and Aaron, if we have a lot of attendance, so you guys can get a chance for gift cards, I'll keep offering stuff. So you guys, maybe the whole month of January, we'll do gift cards, giveaways if you get on. And I promise you, they're completely, I mean, like Jocelyn, they're completely normal. Like Sylvia's not even in my group. I promise you, they're completely random.org. So, and I will try to, if someone wins, once I might try to draw another one just so, more people get to win, if that's okay with you guys. But look for that again. I won't be on next week. Amy and Aaron will be on, but they can run it and I'll tell them to do a couple giveaways too, just because I think it makes it a little bit more fun. But I'm going to, did someone say something? No. Okay. I'm going to let you guys get off here. It's 8:36 Central Time. I am so thankful that you guys got on. I am so thankful for each of you. I hope that you'll get on next week. It's going to be a really, really, really great training. We may or may not have someone from corporate on. We're working on it right now that I think you guys will all love. If not, we've got a backup training that's incredible too. So thank you for spending your Monday with us. If you're in New Zealand or if you're other countries, it's not Monday. But we're going to call it Fake Monday in New Zealand. So thank you for joining our Mindset Monday. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And I hope I get to see you guys next week. I will upload this to our Mindset Monday Facebook page, along with a sheet that gives you a bunch of tasks that you can also copy of if you need to brainstorm tasks to do weekly. So look for that this evening. Love you guys. We will see you next Monday. So y'all have a good week.